Okay. I gotta find out where the email is. Hamza sent to me.
Did you get it, Peter?
I don't know that that's it.
It should say http://staging.easywasiat.com/.
Yeah.
That's the one, right?
Let's see whether I can copy. Paste and go. Am I sharing now? I don't know whether I'm sharing.
I didn't see yet any screen from side.
It says host disabled participant screen sharing. So you have to permit me, I think.
Okay, let me do that. This one. Peter, more. Allow as chat. Stop video, make host rename, allow to local file. I'm going to make you the host, see what happens.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me see if I can share now. Yeah, I select an application that you want to share. Okay, let me try this one.
Okay. I'm seeing something.
Okay.
I'm seeing the how it works screen.
Yeah, okay. So you want to wait for Salihan?
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me. Let me give him a call.
We can't figure this out, okay? We can't figure this out, and maybe Salihan must know. Her claim is that she and her husband together, sitting at two different computers at the same time, almost simultaneously, within a few seconds apart, both click pay. He was doing his will, she was doing her will, according to her. But when the system generated and sent out, he got his will, she got as well. And she for your husband twice, paid twice. She insisted that it's not possible, it couldn't be. And Hamza and I both were thinking, how is it possible two different person on two completely different computers, both paying using the same credit card, but submitting a different form, his and hers, can end up with his on only his will. We are completely lost how that's possible.
Okay, Peter, can we start with the demo first, please, Peter?
All right, I'll show you. So we are at the get started page.
All right.
Click start. How are you, Salihan?
Hi. Sorry, I just come back from CAC, COVID Convention Center, and
Yes.
I just pick up my bracelet.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm
okay.
free
good
to go
news.
anywhere now.
Oh, congratulations. Alhamdulillah. That's good.
Okay. Now this note, I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
take out because this part is still Singapore one.
Yeah,
The
okay.
only thing I will need is point one.
Uh,
And then maybe one more point which I'm thinking about, but I'm gonna take out 2, 3, and 4. Okay.
okay.
Maybe to put this will is only for Muslims. If there are no Muslims, please go away.
Can we put in the word on the word on in consultation with the Sharia expert from USIM there, or should we put it somewhere else?
No, this is a pop-up window.
Hmm.
And we put it there to tell people before you start, please we need IC numbers.
Yeah.
So you don't start already, then don't have IC numbers, then say you waste my time. And I keep getting this request.
Hmm.
Somebody again yesterday emailed me, oh, is there a way I can save the data and come back to it later? And the answer is
You're breaking, Peter.
we can do that. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. We can store users' data as they do the form.
Hmm.
But that means we then basically have to store everyone's data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
And the decision I made early on was to not do what Create Will does. Create Will forces you to register, give them your email address, then they create everything behind.
Hmm.
Our way of doing things, we don't make anybody register. You can try, you can go up to the end. You don't want to pay, okay, no problem, but you try all the way. Okay. And if you leave, we don't have any of your data. Everything is private.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think most people would prefer to know that we don't keep their data,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And that's what I've been doing. And the other thing they prefer is being able to go right to the end. And that's what we've aimed. But we shall see. Okay, now, what is your name? So, by the way, you know who is Yusuf Ismail is, right? Islam is, right?
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't mind. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I can't remember what it is. I just create something now. Okay, I just do it simple. Okay, just like that. Address. I can change it to passport. You can time me as well. So this is default answer is yes and yes. And this is where the first problem arose because one of your advisors when you click no, right? And then put in father's name, which you can, okay? So the moment we put in father's name, we don't ask what is your father's name anymore. Okay, that was one of the 4 questions I asked you to simplify the process for users.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if you think
Yep.
Peter, you go back,
Yes.
please.
Yep.
So if you think yes, your father has passed away, then there'll be a question on is your father's father on your father's father, right? There will be a
No, it won't ask. It won't ask because if your father has passed away, oh yeah, you will ask. It will ask. Yes.
This is where okay. Go ahead, Peter.
Okay. Okay. So married.
Yep. I believe Yusuf Hisham has a Pakistani wife.
Sorry?
Yusuf
I don't know.
Yeah, he has.
Is it Pakistani?
Yeah, he has a Pakistani wife. Only one wife. Yeah.
Okay. So children. Good. Make it easy for myself. 1. 2. I can put yes if there's guardian.
Go ahead, put yes, Peter.
Okay, put yes.
So that we can see the guardian.
Guardian. Okay, then it asks,
You look at this, Peter. There's no question about father's father.
father.
Only mother.
Hmm.
This is what I
Why,
try to highlight. This is what I try to highlight in the response to you.
Maybe this one Hamza might have coded wrongly.
Mhm.
Let me check. Let's see what happens when you put it. He may have coded it the other way around.
Maybe.
What happened to? This is weird.
Ah,
When I tested it the other day, father's father showed up.
I've been testing it quite a bit, Peter. I have the same.
Same output.
That's why I give you the.
Okay,
Maybe
but
it
did you
was right
clear the
before.
cache when you went back?
Did I clear the cache?
Sometimes if you don't clear the cache, we have this problem. That sometimes the old data comes back up. Okay, I will try again. I will clear the cache on my side and I'll try and see what happens.
Okay.
But I see your problem. I see the point, but it's supposed to show up when there is no living father.
Yeah, because
Oh, or is that because there's a son? Is that because there's a son?
the son doesn't block the
Yeah, the son doesn't block the father.
grandfather. It's like the way to understand it. What I understand from the master is that there is a relationship going up, which is your father,
Up and down,
grandfather,
yes.
and then right to left, your brother and sister, and going
Yes.
down, your sons and
Yes.
your grandson. So we're looking.
But brothers and sisters. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
So in the case of father, if the father is not around, then the father's father has some portion in Farah
Yeah.
A.
Yes. Yes.
Which
that part I understood already, and I also understand that brothers only come in when there's no father and no son or grandson. That's my understanding. So that's why I stop at brothers and sisters. But I know about father's father being entitled if father has passed away and is a father's father. So this question should appear.
Yeah.
When I tested it, it was there. I don't know. I will check it again. I don't know whether it's a bug. So one brother. One sister. Okay. So this does the Fradit section. Okay. Then it comes to the next stage. Guardian. Yes, one guardian. Then executor. Now this part I will just, while I'm doing this, say that it's possible to put in all sorts of checks and all that.
Peter, I have a question.
Yep. Go ahead.
In this executor page, up there you see how many executor you would like to have, right?
Yep.
Let's say I thought of one executor as a spouse, right?
Yep.
And then the other one is my daughter. So do I put my daughter as a substitute executor or at this particular level?
Okay, this is a legal question. This is a legal question, and I'll explain it this way. When it came to building this, firstly, under the civil system, High Court of Malaysia should be the same. You are allowed a maximum of 4 executors. Okay, and it makes sense because try and get 10 people to agree to anything, they can never agree. Okay, so the law says you can have up to 4. And the usual thing is that when executors are appointed, all of them have equal say. Okay. Now, it is have systems where you decide by majority, you have systems where A decides, then B decide. All that, if you want, please go and see a lawyer. Okay? Don't expect us trying to build a car. We're trying to give you we can give you a Proton. Don't ask us for BMW. Okay? For this price, I cannot deliver to you a BMW. Sorry. You want extra, or where the executors do this, do that, you go and see a lawyer. So we allow you up to 4. Okay? So for easy ones here, I'm also going to do 4. I'm also not going to do anything fancy about who has right, first right, second right. Is once you point up to 4, all 4 have a say. Okay? Now, the second part of it is that even though the law allows you a point up to 4, what happens is that when somebody passes away, sometimes out of the 4, 1 has died. Then 1 has migrated, gone off to UK, don't want to do. Okay, then fine. He signs a renunciation. He renounces his right to be executor. 2 left. Okay? So I say to most users, most clients, if you have got 4 children, you can, if you want to, appoint all 4. Okay? But then when you die, you might find that the lawyer asks you, do you all 4 want to act? 1 or 2 might say, I don't want. Okay, fine. Then in that case, you sign a renunciation, you step out, the others just continue. Okay? So this is really the process, but I'm not going to go into explanation of all of this in the wills because what I've learned in the last 3 years is that people's level of knowledge is actually very low. So we just need to give them basic understanding, basic knowledge to be able to do this. Anything more, anything extra is really too much. So we don't do it. We're just not going to do it. If you want, you can go seminar or basically go and see a lawyer. Don't ask complicated things. Okay? So basically, if I continue, so you can appoint up to 2. When you appoint 2, going back to your question, if one of them passes away before you do, or passes away before the estate is fully administered, the survivor, the other executor, continues. Okay? So I usually advise clients, if you can, please appoint 2.
Peter, my question is,
Yes.
can I input the second executor
Yes.
as a substitute executor? Is it
I'm
better?
coming to that.
Okay.
I'm coming to that. Okay? So you got first and second, wife and daughter, let's say. Okay? I don't know whether you want me to take out this. I put partner. Okay? Partner is basically in the West, when people don't get married, but they're living together, they call each other partner. I don't know whether you want me to take it out. You want me to take it out, I can, but there will be some people who choose that.
I think please take it out. Yeah.
Okay. There's also same-sex partners. You realize they're not wife. Because in Singapore, Malaysia, if you're not married, you can be living together. Your partner will not inherit anything at all. Okay. That's not legally married because some marriages are in the end not legally recognized. That's a problem. Okay, so you come to a substitute executor. Okay, so you can say yes, and then you can name somebody else, another IC number, and another daughter if you want to, or son. You can appoint a son. Well, let's say another daughter. Okay, so now you have 3. You have 2 appointed executors and 1 substitute executors. Okay, I put only 1 substitute executor because you can be appointed substitute for A or substitute for B. Okay, quite commonly, if you've got 2 substitute executors, then A and B, C and D. C may be substitute for A, D may be substitute for B. Now, this is where the thing starts getting tricky and people start getting confused. I don't know whether I want C to be substitute only for A. I want maybe C to be substitute for B as well. No, we give you 1 substitute because you have up to 5 altogether. That's a lot. Okay. If you need to have 5 people, that's already, like I said, I'm delivering a Proton. not a BMW. Okay, so substitute. If you don't want to appoint two, you want to have one and one substitute. That's really how you do it. Okay. Now, specific bequest. This is the part which I think Create Will has got a problem. And I think we've solved it. And it's partly because I didn't understand the system. I didn't understand. And I've been thinking how to solve this problem. How do I solve specific bequest? And that's how I came up with the solution. So let's say I choose one. Okay. Okay, let me give you a more specific example. Let's say you have a son who you've lent $10,000 to. Okay. But you want to give all your sons the same thing. How do you do it? Now, for non-Muslims, what we usually do is we actually put in a clause that says that I forgive my son the loan of $10,000 or whatever. That's if I want to wipe out the loan. The other way of equalizing, if you've got two sons, is that, okay, son A has got a loan of 10,000, he's not paid you. I give son B $10,000. Then it equals. Okay. So you could have a situation where you want to give two sons something slightly different. Example, you have got two houses that you built for your two sons. One son, son A. Sorry, I missed out my O. Son A, I give my house one. Son B, house two. Okay, so this avoids the trustees having to sell both houses and giving the sons cash. You give one house each.
Question, Peter.
Yes.
When we say here, gift, yeah.
Yep.
Is the title or title on the house is already in the son's name or is still your name?
Still in your name, and this is only effective when you die, not before, not a gift before, but a gift upon your death.
Okay.
Now I want to explain this part of it a little bit more. Okay, why I think it's important that we have this feature, because in England, the first house is actually free of estate duty. Now, if you don't give by the house itself, then the trustees must sell the house and distribute cash, right? So for capital gains reasons, some people might want to actually give away an item. It can be stocks and shares, it can be a house, it can be a car. That's why people do it. Okay, but this is only effective on the death of the will maker.
Peter.
Okay, and this. Go ahead.
Okay. So the title of the house is still with the fathers.
Yes.
And will only be changed to the son. Yeah. Once the father passed away, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, who will be responsible to execute this?
The trustee, executor's trustee.
The executor, which is your name in this case, like your spouse and your daughter, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. In Sharia, there is this thing they call it hibah. I think you have heard it, right?
Yes, I know.
In Malay, it's called hibah bersyarat. That means it's conditional hibah. That means
yes, I understand.
The property only becomes yours after the will maker passes away. But the only condition that Islam said is that the house has to be fully paid. I mean, it's yours already. You cannot give a house is still under under installments.
Under loan. Yes.
So because we don't have any question there about the status of the house, it's just who will be responsible if the house is not properly paid? For example, Peter, are we going outside trouble or that's okay?
Okay, let's go back to basics again. We're not trying to do everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're trying to do the minimum to allow people to do that.
Yeah.
But this part of it, this is an example which I'm giving to you so that you understand what we are capable of doing if we want to. Okay.
This is good actually. For example, if you have one of your children is special children, right? And
Oh, no. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
oh,
I'll tell you straight away. That's one of the things which is on EasyWill website to say, yes, there are mechanisms for solving the problem, but we won't offer this because it's complicated.
okay. When we go through this with the advisor, they're okay with this.
And
Yeah. The only
responsibilities, rights.
Peter,
Sorry,
when I was look at it, they're okay with it. The only thing that they are they're not comfortable, or the fact that it could be can result in non-compliance, is because you said that the total estate, when the waymaker has passed away, has to deduct the value of this property, so this son will have less estate, minus this property. That's the only thing that is.
I'll explain that. I'll explain that. I know that that's a problem, and I'll explain that because I know that's where one of the confusion is. Okay, so coming back to this example, if under non-Muslim law, if you give away my house, the house that is given away comes with the debt. Okay, so you have to accept the house with the debt, which is why I'm thinking basically we're not going to suggest to people to give away real estate. On EasyWill side, one of the things we tell people is don't put real estate, please. Okay, because one of the things we know from experience when you do enough wills is that this part here, which is the specific gifts, okay, specific bequests, quite often if there's a problem with the will, is with this sort of gifts. Right? Like what happens? Somebody gives away the car. The car is sold. The gift fails because the car is no longer there. You cannot receive something that's no longer there.
Yeah.
All right. And when people get old, they become forgetful. Sometimes they forget in their will that they've given away their Rolex watch to their son already. And then another son, the will says, I give to my other son. The other son says, where's watch? Oh God. Okay. And it's a problem. So we don't like to encourage people. In fact, we discourage people from making specific bequests, but it is there if there needs to be. And what the example I did in Yusuf Islam's will is the daughter I give to my wife my wedding ring. Okay, that kind of gift is okay. Usual advice we give to people: if you want to give away something in your will that's either an item other than cash, right? It should be an item that is of sentimental value, that is irreplaceable. So, like I give to you my mother's wedding ring, which has been given to me. So I'm passing it down to my daughters through the generation. Okay, or in my case, my mother's Nonya clothes. Okay, these are things which are not worth a lot of money, but they're sentimental value.
Yeah.
Okay, so those kind of things are good to give as gift. But anything else, my painting this, my painting that, please lah. I've seen people give away my paintings to 10 different people. And then in the end, the person who gets the painting says, this is rubbish. They either throw it away or they sell it away or give it away. Okay. But if you want to give cash, I think that that's a good thing because cash is what we call in law is called fungible. You should not give away my money in my Maybank account number 12345 because quite commonly when a person dies, Maybank account no longer there. So which means the gift completely fails. Okay. So as a rule, we don't encourage people to give specific gifts. If they want to give a gift, cash of 10,000 is fine because cash of 10,000 is cash of 10,000. At the end of the day, if there isn't cash around, something else can be sold and that 10,000 can be given to your nephew. you want to do that. That's fine. Okay.
Mm.
Now, what happens is that if you give away, let's say, your Rolex watch, and that Rolex watch is worth $1,000 to your son, your elder son. Your elder son is supposed to get, let's say, half, well, one half of the estate, and your two daughters are supposed to get one quarter each, right? Are you still there?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Under Faraday, if you give the watch as well, then your son has got half and a watch, which isn't correct. Am I right?
Okay. There's a explanation here, Peter.
Yes.
The moment you pass away, at the point that you
Yes.
pass away, what you have with you is the estate. The
Yes.
watch is considered given already, so there is not part of the estate.
No.
Now,
No.
this is where I need you to communicate with the advisor, because that's how they explain to me. And again, I could understand wrong because when we talk about in Bahasa. That's why I
Yep.
appreciate we have this one little session just to cover
Okay.
that piece, because it appears to me the advisor is quite concerned about that, because they said the
Okay.
moment whatever you're given is given, but the moment you pass away,
Okay.
at that
I
point,
think this part, I need your help. You need to explain to your advisors, I am only dealing with wills. I am not dealing with hiba, is it?
we have
Okay, wait.
uh,
Hiba. Can we come back to this later? Let me finish this, because otherwise you got to cut out and then we got to start again.
yeah.
Okay, so let's
Alright.
just say I give my watch. Okay, and then we continue. Distribution 1/3. This is use of Islam. I want to give 1/10 to person. I can do it by fraction, or I can do it by percentage. Let's say I do it by percentage. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is where the problem, I think, will exist on create wills. Sister. Now you can see it doesn't do 33.3%. Because computers won't allow you 0.0001. You always end up with a odd number. So some people, when they do the coding, they don't realize this. That's why we divide by fractions or by percentage. But percentage will always not be able to take decimal points.
Yeah.
So finish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, we had a lot of problem with this before, because quite sometimes people halfway, they go and click back button, and then we have a problem. Everything's corrupted. So we'll put this warning here, click there. And I will tell you this, gentlemen, you can put in all these answers and people still don't read it, and they end up with stupid mistakes. Like, what is my name? Why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay.
Okay, Peter.
Okay, let me finish this, please. I'll just finish this and then we can go to the next session.
Okay.
Correct the answers, because if you want to come and tell me that we generated rubbish, you must be able to show me that the answers say A and it came out B. That's why we put that there. Check. I've checked my answers and confirmed they're correct.
Peter, before you go to payment,
yeah.
Can you go back to the reports now?
Sorry, the what?
The listing of answers.
I don't know whether I can do that, because the form might not allow me to do that. Let me try. Oh, look, can I just do this part of it?
Okay.
I don't know whether this works for this. I don't think so. Okay. No, I don't. I verify code. Oh, it's managed to do that. It wasn't supposed to do that. Hamza has.
You will share with us some code to it, Peter, for us to demo.
Well, that wasn't supposed to be a code. There's supposed to be. Oh dear, everything's gone now. Once you go past that stage, you can't do that anymore. Once you get the payment stage. There's actually a test card. 4242424242.
So just
I'll send to you the test card.
okay.
I prefer people use the test card rather than the coupon code. I think we have got a problem. Oh, okay. Let's go to the end because I know this session is ending soon. Okay, yes, your question about the answers.
Okay. All right. If you scroll down, the first is on tell us about yourself. The next one is, go ahead, Peter. The one is on tell us about your parents. You see here, father has passed away, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then marital status, and then you go down to about your children.
Yes.
When it comes to other family members.
Yes. Grandfather shows up still.
Hmm.
Okay, I think this is definitely an error then.
Yeah. Okay, you say we didn't even answer, but they give this question. So this one, the other one is Peter. On the wanted, on the wanted. Is it? Can you go
Yes.
back to the question again? Just the
that question. Okay,
just on the wanted, not the whole question. Just on the wanted.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't know whether we can do this. I will try this. Okay, yes.
Here, okay. You should say yes. Right.
Yes.
How much? Okay, scroll down. Okay.
Yes.
How many percent? Okay, that's okay. Okay, this is okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. This part here on how is the beneficiary related to you, right?
Okay.
First of all,
I know the question. The answer is no. I'm sorry. Right now, I'm only creating MVP. I don't want to actually go through all the pain of actually doing all of this because
my worry is that
this can go on for a long time.
My worry is that the windmaker can make a mistake if they choose a beneficiary. My observation is if Peter.
I understand that. But you tell me this. You tell me this, okay? Can I create a system that will prevent somebody from putting the IC number as their name? Yes, I can. How long will it take? It's going to take a long time, you know? So this part of it, can I create a system that will stop someone from putting their wife as part of the wanted? Yes, I can. But it will take time. It will take money. My question,
Peter, because beneficiary refers to lawful heirs, you know. Can we call them something else? What is the name of the recipient?
But they're still a beneficiary.
I know, but
I understand what you want, and I understand what the advisors want. But I need you to understand at this moment, this is what I can do. Okay? You want me to put in all kinds of checks to prevent people from putting numbers as their name, from putting their address that doesn't exist, All of that can be done. But it goes back to the problem. Why are you trying to raise funding? You're trying to raise funding because you want to be able to create an excellent product. And I appreciate that. I would like to create an excellent product. But the reality is, right now, I can only create what I can with what I have available to me. I can only create what I can have as simply as I can. That's all I can do.
Peter, actually, what we request is just to don't have those in the list. Just take out from the list. It's not a big programming actually.
It still takes time, and I'm not prepared to do that.
Han, to take out those this is it the difficult?
I'm sorry, Azam. I'm going to tell you now. I'm not prepared to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm telling you now. Not at this stage when I've already put in more than I actually asked each of you to put in. And no one else has actually done it. No one else has signed an agreement.